here, we're all set up. Looks like there's not as many vendors again. And it's hot. And on the way here, the sky was just packed with clouds. We get to the light to turn onto the road that this is on, and it started sprinkling, but by the time we actually sat through the light twice and then made it here, it stopped. So sky's looking okay for now, but I did not put everything out again. I kind of left it a little light in case we have to scramble. I didn't bring everything with me that I made this past 2 weeks, and just some of it, you know, like things that are time sensitive, like for Halloween, that type of thing. But we'll see how it goes. So far it is 5:20. Market started at 5. There's not very many people here, and we have done no sales. But that is typical for here. So we'll see what happens, and we'll check back in a bit. Okay, it is 7:22. The music's really loud. Who knows if I'll be able to use this or not. It's picking up a little bit, but it is one of those $10 an item kind of nights, which is fine because a $10 item is better than a no-dollar item. So it's definitely picking up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a normal market. Okay, we only have about 40 minutes left. They need to kick it in gear and come shopping. It hasn't been a horrible night. It's just been a $10 item kind of night. So you can sell a whole lot and like not really build up the cash, if you know what I mean. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. everyone. It is Saturday night, the day after the market, and I've been trying to build up the energy all day to do this. And I guess I'm finally ready. So we went back to the market that I have been doing all summer long, melting away in this heat. And of course, yesterday did not disappoint with the heat and the humidity. It was disgusting. Soon, I hope, soon we'll start to get some of that gorgeous fall weather that everybody else is starting to get. Fingers crossed, I hope. But we're watching the tropics because, you know, there are storms out there. One, they're saying, is going to go out to sea. The other one this week is supposed to come up along the coastline, the East Coast. I am closer to the West Coast. And then supposedly take a hard right and head out to sea. Hopefully, because at first they were saying possibly Georgia. I don't wish one of these storms on anybody at all. So, oh yeah. So we're keeping a close eye on that, because it could potentially ruin next week's market. I hope not. I really hope not. I'm over it. Anyways, so once again, this was not the typical market for this location. Now, part of the problem is a couple of the businesses have moved out of there. There was a brewery, it moved. There was a liquor store, it closed down. But by the time we get back there again for the second Friday in October, where the brewery is going to be like a pool hall type game room type thing. So that should hopefully draw people into the area. I don't know what they're planning on doing with the liquor store one. And then, of course, the shop that's right in behind my booth is shut down. It's under construction. They have permits in there. So hopefully that'll be something that draws people to this place, because I really think this place has good potential. This market, I think October makes it 1 year that they've been doing this market at that location. So I started in March or April or May, I think. I think April. Could have been towards the end of March, because at first I was only doing one a month there because I had previously scheduled markets and I couldn't do the 2 dates. And then of course we suffered through the summer. We're still suffering through the summer heat, even though technically it is fall. But anyways, I really think this place has potential. We'll see. We shall see. So we get there, we get set up. Of course, they wanted us to move our car, so we had to move the car. That's just something new they've started. They want the vendors to park across the street. Well, we didn't do that. We just relocated from a front row spot and just moved the car back when it's time to load up the car. Not a big deal. But I did not put the car across the street. It was very hot. Well, at first, we're driving there and we drove through some patches of rain. And I was like, oh, great, here we go. Because forecast said between 3 and 5, 50% chance or 40% chance, something like that. And then we get out of the rain and the sky's looking okay. And then as we get closer to our exit, you can see this cloud. And of course, it's right above this location. This location has like a rain curse, I swear. And then we're sitting at the light waiting to turn on the road, and we start to get sprinkles on the windshield, but then it stopped. But it was very windy at first, and I was like, great, we're going to be picking up plushies all night. But then the wind died down, and it was like super still and just real warm. The humidity was just gross. Just gross. So we get all set up and we wait. We waited until, see, market starts at 5, supposedly. We waited for our first sale until 5:43. I should have took some crochet with me, but I didn't. I was like, felt really unorganized this week with having my stuff together, and I just did not bring anything with me. I thought about it, but then I didn't get around to putting everything together. So, such is life. I sat there bored for the first 45 minutes. We ordered dinner early because neither one of us had lunch. And then, of course, when we get food, that's when we start having customers. But that, it wouldn't matter what time we ate, that would happen. But anyways, so at 5:43, my first sale of the day was a SpongeBob keychain, and that is a free pattern that is on Instagram. Off the top of my head, I don't know the designer, but when I first showed it, the link for it is in the video where I showed those keychains, which would have been probably in the end of July, first part of August, I think. Then at 5:56, we sold a mini scrump. And that is a free pattern from Crochet Grove. So then we had to sit and wait some more. And we waited until 6:28 for the next sale. And I am pleased to say it was the Splooting Dog, one of Snuggle Beans Crochet's patterns. And they were trying to pick between the Jack Russell with the little tongue sticking out of its mouth, or the Splooting Dog, and the little girl wanted the Splooting Dog. Easier to hug. She made a good choice. Then at 6:32, we sold a baby Demi. From Stranger Things, the Demi Gordon. That one's Just a Mom Crocheting, I think, something like that. And I was happy to see one of those sell because I made 2. I've gotten comments. This is like the third, pretty sure it's the third market I've had them at. And I had 2 and I sold 1. Then at 6:45, we sold Myrtle the Turtle. Yay for Myrtle. And of course, it was one of the ones I just made recently. And then at 6:46, we sold another mini scrump and a frog on a swing. And I just made the frog on a swing. And then at 6:47, we sold the other frog on a swing. So I sold out of frogs on a swing. Go figure. The swings do well for me. So those sold out. Then, also at 6:47, we sold a yellow chick on a swing. I think the yellow chicks are the best seller for the swings. Or yellow duck. Either way, I see chick when I look at it. Someone else sees duck. And someone else will see chick. It's whatever. It is whatever. So then at 7:09, 7 o'clock, the 7 o'clock hour was our best hour. We sold an itty bitty snake from Saucy Puffin Crafts. Saucy Puffin Crafts. And it was one of the bright, colorful, variegated, or tie-dye that I just made. We sold the otter on a swing, and we sold my last mini scrump. So we sold out of mini scrumps. So that is 2 items that we are sold out of now. Go figure. Then at 7:10, and this guy, he knew exactly what he was buying. He bought one of the calcifer fires, the little flame things, and that is from Howl's Moving Castle. He got that. And that one I've had probably 4 or 5 markets, and it's sold. I kind of thought they would sell sooner, but it takes a special person. Like, they have to know what Howl's Moving Castle is to realize what that plushie is. So then at 7-Eleven, we sold a jumping spider, a light pink one, so now I'm down to 12 spiders, and another SpongeBob keychain. So we sold out of SpongeBob keychains. So that's 3 items that I sold out of on Friday night. Then we sold at 7:20 a possum keychain, which is a free pattern off of Instagram. And at 7:25, we sold the other calcifer. And this girl was like, I just watched that with my boyfriend. You don't know what this means to me. She was so excited. It was really cute. She was just really, really excited. So that makes 4 items on Friday night that we sold out of, that I had more than one. I had one-offs that sold out, but we don't count those. Just the ones that we had multiples of. Then at 7:29, we sold a cat on a swing, and that is the Poggy's Place pattern. We sold a heart keychain and an itty bitty snake. At 7:33, we sold a mushy boy keychain. And then at 7:37, we sold one of these small stingrays, the free pattern off of Instagram. And at 7:39, we sold the Eevee Pokemon, the small ones from Beck Made Studios. Then at 7:46, we sold, and this was so cute. The little girl could not make up her mind between Myrtle the turtle and a squid. And I was like, oh, get Myrtle. I like making Myrtle more than I like making the squids. And she got Myrtle. So she bought Myrtle the turtle and a baby squid. They were thinking 2 squids, but she put the 1 squid back. A bullet bee. That one just blows my mind. And the deer from the Woodland set of Oak and Marlow, with the long legs and all that. So now I'm completely out of those. I need to make some more of those. So that was a nice little transaction. Then at 7:47, we sold another Myrtle the turtle. At 7:49, we sold a chicken and egg. Then at 8:04, we sold 3 Myrtle the turtles. And this one, the man said his mom used to always say that when she died, she wanted to come back as a turtle. So anytime he sees turtles, he buys turtles for his kids. So he's like, they have so many turtles, it's crazy. So he just he didn't even pick colors. He just scooped up 3, and he's like, hurry up, get, put these in a bag so she doesn't see. Because he was trying to be sneaky. But he bought 3 myrtles. At 8:12, the little shrimp that I made, I ended up putting them on like a keychain, so it could be a bag charm or a keychain or whatever, but we sold one of those. The very last sale of the night, we sold a heart keychain, a sloth keychain, donkey from the Shrek package from Fennec Toys, and an itty bitty snake, which was another nice sale. And that was it for the night. So the 8 o'clock hour is usually my busiest hour there. We only had 3 sales. 7 o'clock hour, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we had 12 sales between 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sales between 6 and 7, and 2 sales between 5 and 6. So again, it made it feel different because the usual didn't happen. That's 2 times in a row now. So maybe it's a new norm. I don't know. Could be the time of year. No clue. No clue whatsoever. So we did, let me change screens on this because I'm looking at my iPad. We did a total of 23 sales for the whole night for 38 items. Well, yeah, 23 sales, 38 items. I was like, wait, was that including cash? But yes, it is. So the total collected was $427. 383 was on card, so 90% of my sales is on card, and 10% in cash, so $44 in cash. My card fees, or square fees, whatever you want to call it, was $12.81 for the night, which left me a net total of $414.19. That does not include my setup fee of $58 or my material cost. So, like, not a great night, but not a bad night. I mean, we could have gone there and sat there and sold nothing, right? It could have happened. So, my best seller of the night in plushies. So I separated plushies, swings, keychains. So the best seller in plushies was Myrtle the Turtle, coming in with 6 sold. Mini Scrumps, which we sold out of, at 3. And Itty Bitty Snakes at 3. Those were my top 3 items in plushies. Keychains. Two SpongeBob and 2 hearts. We sold a total of 8 keychains. And the swings, the best seller was frogs at 2. So we had 4 items that I had multiples of that we sold out of. Yay. And I thought you guys might find it interesting. Now, it was March when I finally got all my inventory put into square. So January and February is not included in this. But from March through September, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 7 months. My top sellers, my top 10, you guys are going to be really surprised. My number 1 seller, coming in at 43 sold, is the chick and the egg. My number 2 seller, coming in with 37 sold, is Myrtle the Turtle. Now keep in mind, January and February is not included in this. So I know that the chicken egg is a lot more than what's coming in. I know Myrtle is too. So I wish it was for the full year, but it's only the 7 months. Number 3 is the Itty Bitty Snake from Saucy Puffin Crafts, coming in at 30 sold. Number 4, the Yellow Chick on a Swing. Number 5, oh, wait a minute. The Yellow Chick on the Swing, coming in at 19. Number 5, the Mini Scrump, coming in at 15. The Rubber Duck, coming in at 15. So those actually tied for 5th place. this one just blows my mind. That stupid little bullet-shaped bee. And I didn't start making those until June. And we've sold 11. I cannot believe it. We've sold 11 of those. So the mini scrump, the rubber duck, and the bee so far are free patterns, and they are in my top 10. Number 8 in items, not in place. So that would be coming in 7th place is the heart-shaped keychain, which is also a free pattern. After that, we sold 13 of those. Oh, wait. So in 7th place is the heart-shaped keychains. In 8th place is the bees at 11. And then I didn't go any further because I was trying to do 10 items. So coming in, let's see, that would be 5th place, 6th, 7th, 8th. Okay, so tying for 8th place is Yellow Mini Birds, free pattern, and Nibbles the Cookie Mouse. And both of those I have sold 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Of my 10 items, 5 of them are free patterns and 5 are paid patterns. Pretty good. 50-50 ratio there. So that's pretty darn good. Okay, I told you 38 items. And I think that is, oops. I think that is it. So all in all, it wasn't a bad market. It was decent. Would have been more decent without all the humidity and the heat. So I have a market, supposedly, hopefully, coming next Friday, or this coming Friday. And that one is at the one that I've tried so hard to get into for so long. And where I want to try, if they put me in the same spot that they have the last couple of times, to change my layout so that it's like 2 fronts and there's space for John and I behind it. And I kind of have it in my head how I want to do it, but I don't know if it'll work. We're going to find out. I think space-wise it'll work, but I'm worried about the stacking bookcases because it would be facing out instead of facing in. Like, are we going to be able to attach it at the top to the canopy to make sure that it's secure and won't fall on anyone? That's my only concern. Worst case scenario, I just put it at the other end a little different than I would like to do it, which I may still end up doing it like that anyways. I don't know, but I have an idea for it. I'm going to make sure we get there early enough to be able to do that. So if I figure it probably an extra half hour to mess around with how the tables are going to be, and then the setup will be easy. And again, I did not put everything up that I brought with me. I just kind of like put the stuff on the shelf. I had certain things that I definitely wanted to be out there. And then, so I had leftover extras in the extra bag. I didn't restock anything. The way it's sold, it was mostly smaller items again. And those came out of the wire shelves and off the tables. So they're really, the wooden shelves didn't have like the empty space to refill, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know. But I have an idea of how I want to set it up. I am super curious how it's going to work out. And this one I don't have to take the wagon. So technically I could fit more in the car, which means I might bring the clearance bin back out. I haven't added anything to it. It's just whatever was in it from last time. And just try and go from there. And of course, whatever I get made this week, it's going to be like, I know I have to do Myrtle. I know I need to do mini scrump. I know I need to do the mini oogies. I think I have one of those left. And then I didn't take all my new stuff with me this time. I just picked like time sensitive, the holiday stuff, just certain things like that. So I have a few things I can add to the bag. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll figure it out though. I need a van. My car's just not big enough. I need a van. Anyhow, that is what I have for you for this market recap. I wish it was more exciting for you, but you know what? It is what it is. And if I wouldn't have went, I wouldn't have sold anything. I just would still be accumulating and accumulating. And like I said, I'm hoping that with so many markets back to back like this, that I'm like really going to sell down on some of this inventory so I can start the year off fresh. But I'm going to keep making because I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. We will see you. Oh, yes. Monday night, because Heather and I are going to have a live. And this week it'll be here on my channel. So we'll see you Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern for live with Heather from Cottontail Crafts. So we'll see you then.